Have you ever wondered about the current methods of breast cancer detection and their drawbacks? Breast cancer, a pervasive disease, impacts millions of women globally each year. The key to a successful treatment often lies in early detection. Yet the prevalent detection methods have their own set of challenges. Mammograms, MRI scans, and biopsies are the usual suspects. While they have proven beneficial, they come with a hefty price tag, can cause discomfort, and occasionally, they might not even provide accurate results. Imagine going through all that stress, only to be left with a cloud of uncertainty. The need for a swift, painless, and cost-effective procedure is evident. It should be able to provide accurate results, minimizing anxiety and maximizing efficiency. A procedure that could be as simple as a daily routine, yet as revolutionary as the most advanced medical breakthroughs. But what if there was a better alternative, a quick and painless method of detection? Stay tuned, because the future of breast cancer detection might just be around the corner. Enter the world of Saliva Biosensors, a revolutionary tool in the fight against breast cancer. These little game changers are the brainchild of Dr. Hsiao-Hsuan Wan and her dedicated team of researchers at the University of Florida. Now, what's the magic behind these biosensors? Well, they are tiny devices that can detect microscopic amounts of substances. Think of them as super sleuths, capable of finding minuscule traces of proteins. But these aren't just any proteins. We're talking about two specific ones, HER2 and CA15-3. When these proteins are found in high levels, they can be a telltale sign of breast cancer. Imagine a biosensor as a detective, combing through the evidence, in this case your saliva, looking for these two culprits. And the best part? These detectives don't need a whole crime scene to work with. Just a few drops of saliva are enough for them to find what they're looking for. These biosensors are ingeniously built onto disposable test strips, a bit like those blood sugar test strips used by diabetics. All a patient needs to do is place a few drops of saliva on the strip. It's as simple as that. No needles, no machines, no discomfort. The strip then takes a journey into a handheld device, a marvel designed by Dr. Cheng Tsai. Inside this device, there's a transistor chip developed by Dr. Stephen Pearton. This chip is the key. It detects any HER2 or CA15-3 proteins and converts this information into a digital reading. And all this complex science and detection happens in less than a minute. This work by Dr. Wan and her team is truly groundbreaking. It's where cutting-edge technology meets everyday simplicity. It's where a complex disease like breast cancer meets a simple, non-invasive solution. In the fight against breast cancer, early detection is everything. And thanks to these innovative saliva biosensors, that detection could be as easy as a spit test. This is where the science of detection meets the simplicity of a spit test. So, how does this spit test work, you may ask? Well, let's delve right into it. Picture this: a small, disposable test strip, not unlike the ones used by diabetics to monitor their blood sugar levels. Now, instead of a drop of blood, you place a few drops of your saliva on this strip. Simple, right? This strip is the brainchild of a talented team of researchers led by Dr. Hsiao-Hsuan Wan. But that's just the beginning of this ingenious process. Once the saliva is on the strip, it's then inserted into a handheld device. This isn't just any device, though. This is where Dr. Cheng Tsai steps in. He designed this device to be user-friendly, portable, and most importantly, incredibly accurate. When the strip is inserted, the device springs into action, analyzing the saliva sample. But what's it looking for? Enter Dr. Stephen Pearton. He developed a special transistor chip that's housed inside this device. This chip is trained to detect the presence of two specific proteins, HER2 and CA15-3. These proteins are like the red flags of breast cancer. Their presence in high levels could indicate the disease. This chip isn't just any ordinary piece of technology. It's incredibly sensitive, capable of detecting the proteins even when they're present in minuscule amounts, as low as 1 femtogram per milliliter. That's a sensitivity level that leaves other tests like ELISA in the dust. The device then converts this protein detection into a digital reading. And the best part? This whole process, from placing your saliva on the strip to receiving your digital reading, takes less than a minute. That's right. In the time it takes to boil a kettle or tie your shoelaces, you could have potentially life-saving information about your health. In less than a minute, the spit test delivers results. It's fast, it's painless, and it's a groundbreaking step forward in the early detection of breast cancer. This is the power of biosensors and the brilliance of researchers like Dr. Wan, Dr. Tsai, and Dr. Pearton. Now, let's talk about how accurate these saliva biosensors are. Dr. Wan and her team wanted to ensure that their creation was as precise as it could be. This led them to conduct an experiment, aiming to differentiate between cancerous and non-cancerous samples. To do this, they needed saliva samples, and this is where Dr. Dan Neal stepped in. Dr. Neal, an esteemed colleague of Dr. Wan, provided saliva samples from two distinct groups, those diagnosed with breast cancer and healthy volunteers. This was crucial to the experiment as it allowed the team to test the biosensor's ability to detect the specific proteins HER2 and CA15-3, indicators of breast cancer. So how did the biosensors perform? Well, they exceeded expectations. The biosensors were able to detect incredibly low levels of these cancer proteins. To give you an idea, the detection limit was down to just 1 femtogram per milliliter. That's 1,000,000 times more sensitive than a grain of salt. This level of sensitivity is a significant improvement over other tests, such as the commonly used ELISA. But the real triumph of the experiment was the clear distinction the biosensors made between the two groups. The results showed higher levels of HER2 and CA15-3 proteins in the saliva samples from the breast cancer patients. On the other hand, the healthy volunteers' samples had significantly lower levels of these proteins, making the difference between the two groups strikingly clear. This means that the saliva biosensors were not only able to detect the presence of breast cancer proteins, but also accurately differentiate between cancerous and non-cancerous samples. This level of precision could be a game-changer in the world of breast cancer detection, potentially saving countless lives through early detection. So, what's the takeaway from this experiment? The saliva biosensors developed by Dr. Wan and her team are sensitive, accurate, and capable of distinguishing between healthy and cancerous samples. The results? A clear distinction between those with and without breast cancer. This is not just a scientific breakthrough, it's a potential lifesaver. Imagine a world where early detection of breast cancer is as simple as a quick, painless saliva test. This could soon be our reality thanks to the groundbreaking work of Dr. Hsiao-Hsuan Wan and her team at the University of Florida. The revolutionary saliva biosensors they've developed are not only quick and painless, but also remarkably affordable. No longer will women need to undergo expensive, uncomfortable, and sometimes inaccurate tests. Instead, a small amount of saliva on a disposable strip could provide results in less than a minute. It's a game-changer in the world of breast cancer detection, offering a level of ease and comfort that was previously unimaginable. The test strips and handheld device are portable, making them perfect for use in doctors' offices, clinics, and even at home. The potential of this innovation is immense. It could revolutionize breast cancer screenings, making them more accessible and less intimidating for women worldwide. The simplicity of the test could lead to more frequent screenings, increasing the chances of early detection and successful treatment. But the work doesn't stop here. Dr. Wan and her team are continuously striving to improve the accuracy of their biosensors. They are committed to perfecting this technology, to make it the best it can be for women everywhere. Looking forward, they envision a future where these saliva biosensors could be used to detect other types of cancer as well. The potential of this technology is far-reaching, and its impact on global health could be profound. In the future, early breast cancer detection could be as simple as a spit test. Saving lives has never been simpler. This is the future of breast cancer detection, a future where early detection is quick, painless, affordable, and most importantly, accessible to all. So here's to the future, a future where simple spit tests could save lives.